super interactive. Yell at me, ask questions. Let's keep it super vibey. Yes.
So on ChatGPT, are you going to talk about the different models? Are you going to use one model predominantly?
Good question. Like the models within the models, yeah. So we'll talk about when we're using the different things. So we'll be brainstorming with like either 3.0 or 4.5. We'll be making images with 4.0. Am I saying these right? 04. Yeah, exactly. We'll make sure 04, 4.0. And that gets us to the next part. This is the exciting part. Paul?
I have an idea.
Okay. You have an idea about ideas, or do you have an idea yet?
That I want you to build.
What's that?
I want you to build.
Okay. So here's my. We just came up with this idea. How about each table spends 3 minutes talking to your table about an idea, and then we'll shout them out after that. Does that work? Just make sure to win. Make sure to win your table. Oh, and let me just kind of give some ground rules. Anything can happen. We can make basically everything. Within this time period, though, let's think of something that's brandable, usable, a little bit more than just a feature, but not something that's going to require a huge amount of like API integrations and stuff like that. We can throw a few in there, but like let's not go too crazy if we want to get this all done in an hour.
All right.
Woo!
I have an idea.
You do? Okay, let's try it. Dude, I'm super down with that. I was gonna say like a calendar, but make a calendar that works for me. It's kind of stupid, and I could build it. I like it.
Wait, Danny, are we supposed to come up to you with our ideas?
No, we'll put a table.
You come up with a new Boulder Startup Week app.
Yes, Amazon. Yeah, that guy.
Okay, I'm taking a picture for Micah.
They got announced and developed in the same week. I also think that's like a incredibly legitimate business.
I love that.
Because all you have to do is you like make the product, you become an affiliate, and then you just like affiliate link on your like, oh, this is the product. Here's how the price is changed.
Yeah. It's a good idea. So I'm excited to see if he can build it for you. Have you guys played with Lovable or anything?
I have a company that built my whole app. I have a good friend. I call him my pocket CTO. He's a 40-year developer guy, CTO, so he's coming to me. And so he kind of sells me when I get stuck.
That's cool.
Basically,
That's like basically.
What's his name?
His name's Jason. He's based in Ohio. But he was the operations he's built it. Then you run it through Cursor, and then you bring it back to Lovable.
I mean, that was so much terrible. I didn't realize. That's what's happening. They like to figure themselves out.
Right. Yeah, it's a bake-off.
Yeah. That's why it's like, so like, I'm like, what am I, you can't just do a program in time. That's like such a sure. But if you like say, oh, you really give instructions, then you send them other things, you can get back to like really like specific off of that.
I'm starting to see developers start using that too. What do they call it? Call it staffing. So it's like start with one, go to the next, go to the next, go to the next. That's great.
I mean, that's one of the five always.
Make this better, improve it, make this stuff better. So what I'll do is I'll Cursor, like I'll bring my code base from Lovable over and I'll go, hey, can you help fix any of this logic define, make this code base keep going to I'm not ready for that. do is say, I know what they're saying it doesn't work. They're saying it doesn't work. They know they're about to lose the right job. There's so many people.
Well, I mean, I don't think like
Okay, guys, let's wrap them up. Who wants to? What table wants to go first? Paul, go. Does he speak on behalf of this table? Okay. Okay.
I persuaded them.
No, we're doing a thing about our play.
Alright, so, I want to build.
Say it again.
So just let the funders
You want to go pitching real quick?
Amazon chair that they like track prices.
30-second pitch.
I think that's a very good one.
To me, it also makes sense, like.
Alright, so since most companies in here want to fundraise, our idea was that you put in your company into this like box and you say, this is the company idea, this is our industry, and then it pulls from the web all the VCs that you should talk to. So it creates like a list for you, as well as shows their contact info and other things as well. So it makes like a curated list, and then then you can click in and you can see why this VC firm would be good for your company, as well as like gives you a little email snippet you can send them to get kind of like get going with it. Eventually it could be your like CRM pipeline for venture.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's going next? You guys have one?
Who here is lazy? I'm just gonna say real fast, as founders, y'all are lazy because we're all efficiency-seeking missiles. And there are definitely times when I'm sitting on my couch or whatever, and I need something, and I don't wanna get up. So what we propose is Task Monkey. It's basically Uber for helper monkeys. You can swipe through the app, find the monkey that works for you, have them delivered to your house. They can lift things off of high places, get them for you. Exactly, but it's Task Monkey. Right? And there we go. It's a very simple sort of product, but I mean, Chris already said that she's in for $500,000. So I'm just saying.
Somebody's got to follow that.
My idea is just building the Amazon tariff price tracker that got killed.
One hour, 2 hours? Okay. Tracker.
Because you want to check like over time. You also may like mess with like Amazon Prime's like pricing too.
Love it. Who's next?
All right, since the dawn of mankind, people have wondered, how do these people remember our birthdays? Always. So our idea is essentially an AI tool that would automate your friends, your family, your coworkers, your extended network into different buckets that mean different things as it relates to birthdays or very special events. Bucket one would be someone who I just want to wish them a happy birthday on their actual birthday, but I don't want to actually have to do that. I want it to just automatically go to them. Number two is, this is maybe a family member. I need time to prepare for their birthday. Maybe I need to plan something. Maybe I need to purchase something. But oh, by the way, it's actually going to make suggestions and automatically purchase that for them so that I don't have to do it. And then there's the third category, which is I want full customization. I just need a reminder of when that is, and I need enough time so I can do all the work. And that's what we're going to build.
Who's next?
Oh, all right. So we were having a rousing conversation about all those terrible firsts. The first date. Or actually, I think the thing that brought this up was trying to match babysitters to households and how you don't really know if you're going to vibe with them until you actually just sit there and chat with them. So there's so many of these firsts. In fact, I think the fundraising one is one of these as well. So we're proposing something maybe called myvibe.ai. And it would be a chat bot that gets to know you and then can represent you in these first conversations.
That's how I met my wife. Sent a bot to her.
You can have both of your bots talk to
Exactly.
each other and then report back. Should you even go on a second date? Okay.
Perfect.
That feels very well.
Did I represent that well? Did I miss anything at the table?
I mean,
Okay, who's next?
Right? Like where then it like filters out.
One more table.
Like the active people in your life.
that's like a happy marriage. You get that on that.
All right, who here is lazy and has a dog? Okay, yeah, all right, you probably got a yard full of shit. So, yes, and you probably need someone to scoop that shit. Now, there's tons of kids, housewives, there's people that want to scoop that food.
Take my money.
Yes, okay. So this is the typical, this is Uber of poop, okay? So actually,
Uber. Hooper.
this is called scoop that poop. Thank you. No, scoop that poop. That poop. Scoop that poop.
Very different.
All right.
Hooper.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I don't even have to describe it anymore, but it's matchmaking. So.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
All right, are we ready to build?
Yeah.
Vote?
Okay. Should we just do this by raising hands, screaming?
Screaming.
Okay. Number one. Number two. Number three. Number four. Number five. Number six. We're gonna make scoop that shit. Love it. Okay, let's do some market research. See what else is out there. I feel like we should probably do it, whether we've got competition or not. We'll see.
All the competitors are shit.
Exactly. Okay. We're gonna throw this into two tools. We're gonna do let's do O3 deep research. I am looking to start a dog poop picker upper service. Please research companies doing this in the Denver, Boulder area.
Gig economy.
What's that?
Gig economy.
Looking to start a dog pooper picker up service with gig economy workers, staff, workers. Let's see. Please research companies doing this in the Denver Boulder area. Yeah, there's a few. We're fine now. We're gonna make it. This is gonna be the coolest.
Aren't
one.
even called Pooper?
Right? No, exactly. Maybe we'll find out. Does this cover everything that we're searching for this first round of just kind of getting in there? Anything else? Yep. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna copy this. We're gonna do some research. Deep research. Deep research is ChatGPT's web crawler researcher. It'll come back and report on some stuff. Let's fire up Manus. Same exact prompt. Let me zoom in here. Let's see. Okay. Okay. You want company names only, also details like pricing, business model, or how they hire workers. Are you interested in gig economy focused companies only, or let's see. Please research the companies and maybe we'll just do that. Please research the companies. Let's see, okay, so Manus is crazy. Manus goes off. It's going to, there we go. So here it is. It's got its own little browser over here, its own little computer. It creates a to-do for itself. So here's what it's going to do. It's going to follow through all this. It's going to use the web. It's going to create local files. It's going to create really everything that you could possibly want. It's pretty fantastic. This is all running on Claude 3.7, which is really interesting. But they've got some amazing wrappers and tons of customization on it. So we'll see where this lands us here in a second. I did forget to mention that we are going to be sitting here waiting for these things to be doing a lot of just tedious work, which is also why this is so awesome, because you can fire these things off and go do other stuff. And so if you're real ADD, you can have entire, like tons of windows all open at the same time. Manus limits you to like, well, 1 for the free plan, 2 for initial paid, and then 6 if you're if you pay the pro version.
What is Manus actually doing? Using O3 for deep research. What role is Manus playing?
So Manus is a basically an agent orchestration platform, I would say. So it creates its own workflows and to-do list, and then executes that, and then will do basically anything you want it to do after that. So you can do things like ask it to, I used it recently to go through a whole bunch of check numbers, log into my bank, and see which of those had not cleared yet. It's fucking crazy. Like things like that I was doing manually, and I was like, let's see if it works. So it'll hand over control of the browser, so you log in. And still huge security threat, I'm sure, but who cares? It was very handy.
Are you on like, doesn't it run on Ubuntu or something like that?
Manus itself?
Yeah.
Manus itself is still cloud. It runs on Ubuntu.
It utilizes Ubuntu?
It does, yeah. So you'll see it pop up over here a few times. So it'll create, so if we end up using Manus to actually create our app, you'll see it firing off its own environment, setting it up its own dependencies, getting everything all set up, all on Ubuntu. But there's 2 other fantastic platforms. One's called Cursor, one's called Windsurf. Those are absolutely fantastic coding platforms for doing a lot of this same kind of stuff. They are, they're apps that you're running usually against your own code base, but you can also fire them up with, kind of the straight up kickoff stuff. More promise.
You can also hack them and use them as this in Cursor and only have to pay $20 a month. You just have to say, without writing code, do all this research, and it'll use Claude Pro and GPT Pro and all those services for a lot cheaper.
Love that.
Let's see. I feel like that's maybe a better name.
What's that?
It's Poo Crew. I feel like
Poo
that
Crew
would be a better name.
Yeah.
I like Poop 911.
Swoop scoop. Poo free.
That's an emergency.
That's cute. What's that? Duty calls? Oh, that's so
Duty
good.
calls!
That's so good.
So good.
Here, let's use, let's fire up another ChatGPT to start working on some names.
And so why are you using O3 instead of 4.5 or 4.0?
it's newest. I don't know. It's supposed to think first before it speaks. We'll see. Yeah, I feel like, so if I'm just hanging out and chatting, I'm using 4.0 or 4.5. Like, we are just, you know, that's our, like, it has personality, it's like stuff. So let's do that for creative stuff. We do some super creative names for our scooping service. Come up with some creative, or come up with some names that we might be able to get a name for. Let's see.
Scoop soldiers.
You say scoop soldiers? Oh yeah, there it is.
I had no idea this was such a crowded marketplace.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's a good one too. Let's see. Scoop troop, Scoop patrol.
You're under a fighting how lazy you
Which one? It's so good.
You gotta get the roll.
So good. Deja Vu?
Who fight us?
Deja Vu. Oh, these are good.
Tail cleaners.
Those are really good. I like Foo Fighters. That's
Fighters.
That's a classic one. Classic one. Terminator is so good. Deja Vu. These are all really good. I wonder if any of them are actually available. Let's see. Let's see what we got here.
Can you ask it to recommend names with R where URLs are available?
That's what I was gonna. I mean, that's kind of what I asked it, but it doesn't really have a great. I mean, we could probably have Manus do that.
Yeah.
But let's see. Yeah, I feel like all of these are really too good. $3,500. Who wants to throw down for Foo Fighters?
Steal.
Right.
Sucks.
Foo Fighters not itself.
Foo Fighters for life.
What's that? Foo Fighter? That's not funny. As funny as without the name. Let's see. What else do we? I like this one. It's got some good branding. And it's nice and futuristic.
Yeah.
$20 though? When did .co's go up so much?
Hell, termdominator.com is only
is
$10.99.
Wait,
I-
what? Did you
Yeah.
spell it right?
That's different.
Turdminator, right?
No,
We
it's
want
the
it to
same
be-
thing.
Right, but we want it to be Turdminator, right?
No.
Yeah, Termdominator. I'm the one and only Termdominator.
It's the Terminator.
Turd. Do you think that O should be in there then?
No.
Should it be? Yeah, it should just be Turdminator.
That's hard to say, bro.
That's so much better. Turdminator. Okay, are we getting this? Do we like Turdminator? Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll go with that. We actually probably should see what this is, right?
Completely. Or maybe not.
Tweet.org.
I've covered my eyes. Tell me
We're
the
good.
same.
Okay, let's see where we are here.
It's very serious work. It's a very serious work for the
Do you
company.
guys remember Hot or Not?
Hot or not?
So I swear to God, back in the day, there was a website called Rate My Poo.
Oh, yes.
Your poo?
RateMyPoo.com. Yes, in the Hot or Not sort of vein. And you only ever need to be shown that one time.
Got a lot of repeat users.
Whose idea was
on the
this?
site.
Whose idea was this?
How are we competing? This is crazy. There's so many options.
All right, let's work on a logo
What is
while we're waiting.
What's our advantage here?
Exactly. I feel like we need
I
some.
don't think it's getting any.
We need some
Do
serious
not compete
thinking.
on price. That doesn't sound like
Crazy.
Terminator. What's the word I'm looking for? Inspired. Inspired logo for Terminator. Our new dog poo.
So 4.0 for art and logos, or
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So 4.0 for art and logos.
It's best in class for images right now.
okay.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It'll be back to clean up your yard. Love it.
Nailed it. Go for it. Okay, let's see what we got. Come on.
Should we throw Sora in there as well? Make a little video of it?
Yeah, we got some good. We can do some good videos here. When we get to the live marketing side of things, we'll
Okay,
look
great.
that up. See how these are going. Okay,
Are these all local? So many people.
I think we are almost. We're just about to get. Okay, here we go. We are about to send the final report to the user. That's us. Oh, here it is too. Okay, so deep research really goes deep. I'm not going to read all this. I'll share it with you guys all later. Let's see. Let's see if there's a good.
1994.
Wow.
Those are well established.
Good. Yeah, these are not.
That's
There's not a lot of money in these. $12 a visit.
Yeah. What was their name?
And
I'm never shoveling shit again.
right?
Seriously.
5 days a week. Adds up.
How do they afford gas?
Seriously.
I'm like pretty sure.
Oh. What? Okay. Let's see. We'll do the same thing with Manus here in a second. We'll go and look at our. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. Here's our final report. Let's see. Dog Landscaping Services, Denver Boulder. Got everybody here. This is great. This is one of those, hey, I've got this brilliant idea. Let's see who's out there. This is probably when we would, say, okay, cool, I'm just calling one of these to do it. But with a domain like Terminator, I think we've got a chance to compete. So,
Scooby-Doo's is pretty good. Scooby-Doo's is a problem.
Yep. Solid.
Ruh-roh.
So good. So good. Okay. See, this is why we're going to win in this market.
You'll be back.
Oh, that's so good.
I have nightmares.
Okay. This is winning. This is good.
Hold on, go back that
Oh,
way.
yep.
I need a picture
Okay.
of that. Thank you, sir.
This is what these dinners are for.
Let's see. Okay, so here we go. We've got a 3-year pro forma here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, nice, little side hustle, little thing. We can build it in an hour. It makes sense. Let's do it. Great, perfect. Let's see what Manus did. Same thing. Oh, they went. Oh, it's still working. Okay, we'll let that go. Okay. That's kind of the the pre, like, hey, like, does this idea have legs? That's kind of all of that process. We're gonna jump right into the, yeah, sure, let's make this thing. So there's two kind of schools of thought in vibe coding right now. One is to go super crazy PRD, product requirements doc route, where you are having one of these create this, kind of end-to-end document that you could hand to one of these tools or to a human engineer, and they would know everything that you're doing. The other totally opposite school of thought is giving the tool your mission and letting it go. I think we'll probably go that route. I like it better. I think this whole PRD route is, I don't know, what do you think? You go full PRD.
Yeah, I'm a product manager, so I do full PRD.
Yeah.
I like it because I know what I'm gonna get.
Yeah. I like the YOLO-ness of just letting it do its thing. Okay, let's I'm gonna still have to give us a quickie overview though.
Nobody's PRD in their way to Turkmen here, I'm just saying.
Description of this app that we can prompt to create. Okay, yeah, let's see. So we'll have, this is where we would say, give us a full PRD. I'm gonna go the opposite and do this. I'll do the same thing with it, giving us a PRD so we can stay. See, that's already too much. Let's see, create a full stack app called Terminator. The customer side lets pet owners enter an address, pick a service plan one time, weekly or twice weekly, pay with Stripe, and get an SMS email reminders. The work portal list nearby open job shows the route map, GPS check-ins, and let's get scoopers, mark a yard clean with before after photos. This is great. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna get rid of all of this though. We don't want any of that. PRD wants that. We're gonna go. We're gonna let it make all of its own decisions. Cool. Okay. Replit. Oh, we're gonna throw this into three tools now. We're gonna let them compete side by side. So Replit is what I would say is something that you could actually make real working, deployable projects with. It's slightly more complicated. Yeah.
Can you talk about the cost of each one as you go through too?
Yes, I'll have to pull it up though because well, I talk about the cost of each of them. There we go. Ooh, that was scary. Okay. Let me zoom in here. Does anybody want to look up the cost of each of these as I pull them up? What's Replit?
I think it's $20 a month. I think they're all pretty much $20 a month.
Yeah. I think the one that gives you something like, I think Lovable, Replit, ChatGPT, Bolt. They're all $20 a month. You can do some free stuff, but it makes everything public. Which, if you're just playing around, who cares? But if you're putting anything sensitive in there, you're literally sharing all of that to whoever's seeing it. Okay. Let's do it. I'm gonna throw this into Lovable as well. Lovable, I love. It is very adorable and sweet, and it will make fantastic, great-looking front-end websites with a dash of functionality. It does have some really great kind of back. It's good. It's totally good. But you're gonna probably, at least in its current versions, need to move on to something a little bit more robust.
Is it tightly coupled backend? So you can use Supabase and hook it in.
Yeah. It's very good. I love I really do. I will push Lovable to most people for most things. But if you're trying to kind of, at least at this point, have something that's kind of your forever tool, I don't know if it's going there. Do you have? Okay, let's see. And then we'll get Manus to do this too. Let's see. What is Manus doing? Waiting for users. Let's see. Let's see. I'll say, never mind. I'm good. I'll just open another one. Let's new task. Okay, we're gonna let these guys all run. Oh, it's really cool. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, so what do we want? We want a database. Do we want real SMS email notifications? I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that today. Why not? Let's have it do everything. There's a great new, has anybody used Resend yet? Resend is an awesome new system that works great for these tools. It's the easiest way to do email. So like right now we could use a Terminator email address without having to go through all sorts of crazy verification stuff until we started going crazy. Until we start getting lots of customers. Let's see, group on to start. Okay. I love the concept of Terminator. This pet waste removal service app combines customer convenience with efficient worker management. Thank you, Lovable. Let's see. Cool. Any other? Resend. I'll pull it up.
Yeah. What's the use case for Resend?
Resend is the easiest way to implement, integrate email into these vibe-coded apps right now. Oops.
And deployments and stuff, yeah.
What's that?
And deployments and stuff, it just makes deployments way easier.
Yeah, if you're using SendGrid, we love SendGrid, hometown heroes, but that's, you're days away from sending anything through verification and kind of warming up your inboxes and all that stuff, which you still need to do with this, but this at least gets you where you need to be. So it's just resend.com. Trying to see how everyone's doing. Okay, here we go. We're already getting some very basic. No one's eating up their dog crap on the ocean.
Yeah, just walk away.
Let's see. Cool. If you were just making a landing page, these things are crazy good for making some just quick stuff. Okay. Nice. That seems like it does everything we need. Let's see. Pretty magic.
Come on, Michael, only 4.5.
Yeah, this
I know. Why are we 4.5? I've got them all doing web apps with a mobile. They will all do like a mobile-friendly version. There are various ways to do actual, true native apps through vibe code platforms as well. There's kind of a few different ways to do that. There's a platform called, there's React Native, and then there's what's the 4-letter? I'm blanking on it. It'll come back to me in a second. There's this great way to do kind of combo apps that are written in React Native and deployable in the app stores. I've actually, if I'm doing a true native like Swift app, I'll do it in Cursor. And so I'll use ChatGPT to give me kind of some baseline kind of setup. I'll do create the project in Xcode, and then Cursor will crank out a true deployable app store ready app. What's that? So that one will do. So I do that if I'm doing like an iOS app, it'll do it in Swift. And then Replit can do mobile apps in the word that it's a 4-letter. Hang on. What is it? Expo. Did somebody say it? It's Expo is the one I was thinking of. So, Replit will create Expo apps. I believe Bolt will create Expo apps. I'm sure Lovable will. This was one of the routes I was going to go tonight, where we were all going to do this, but it takes a little bit extra time, and I was worried. But it is kind of fun because you can just scan the screen, and everyone magically has an app on their phone. You have 14 minutes left. We can probably whip one out, but we'll see where we're at here and everything. Okay, installing packages. So we are getting our app built. So it'll take a second for us to actually be able to start playing with any of these, but
Is it building Stripe in the back end right now?
what's that?
Is it building Stripe into it right now?
Did it say it? Where is it? Oh, yep, there it is. Yep, so it'll ask me for my Stripe credentials here in a second. It'll ask for Twilio and somebody else, and whatever it wants to on the email side. Yeah, if you didn't want it, if you wanted to use a different processor or anything like that, if you had any specific things that you want to do, that's when you put it in there. And if you remember our initial, so this ChatGPT loves to be very specific here, which it's gonna end up using all of this anyway. But letting the tools, I like to let the tools kind of decide, especially if I don't need to know or care necessarily. Yeah, I took that part off. But yeah, it'll end up integrating all of that on our behalf. If we were doing like a I don't know, like a AI, I don't know, therapist or something like that. Like we can have it actually create all of the either Claude or OpenAI API calls and integrate that right in. Image generation, and you can actually just give it like GitHub repos and stuff too. Say, here's the documentation for the library I want to use. Here's how I want to use it. Go and do it, and it figures all of that out too. I mean, if it's properly documented. So yeah, it's all, this is kind of very much just the scratching the surface on some of this stuff. So let's see how Lovable did. Let's see. I think that was an attempt at it trying to draw a dog. We'll see if it's just doing like an SVG dog. We'll see if it'll actually do pull in anything. But great looking site for 5 minutes of work and a few bucks. Let's see what's next. What do we want it to do?
How do they customize it if you're not exactly happy with what's doing?
Say that again?
Like, how do you customize this website if you're not totally happy with it?
Yeah, so each one of them have a different way of managing it. So Lovable, let me see, selector. Yeah, so in Lovable, you can jump right in. So ready for, let's see, so for cleaner yards, and then you can also say, where is it? You can do, you can now, just on this part, here, let's do it for this whole div. So you can go in here, let's see, section, and so now just this section, I can say, please add a cute dog in a yard as the background. So that now I'm editing just that one section on here. I'll show you how, let's see if it does it. Oops, I should have set a picture of. Let's see what it does. It's probably going to draw another terrible SVG picture. We'll have another one of these. Let's see. In Replit, I'll show you this in a second. So we're using something right here called Agent. There's another piece called Assistant. Assistant costs, so each one of these things in any of these tools, they're billing you by the token or the request or anything like that. It's, I don't know, some people get really into the weeds on, hey, that costs 3 tokens more than, I don't know. There's definitely differences in big price though, so you can use the cheaper models to do a bunch of stuff, or use the more expensive ones to do kind of the very deep custom integrations and stuff like that. In Replit, Replit Agent is the kind of big picture overall. It's doing all the thinking, it's doing all the implementation. Assistant is what you're asking for. It's, I want to change that that purple, but I want to change the overall color to change the background to black, all the kind of just very easy stuff that you would give an assistant versus a somebody more specialized. Yeah.
Once you're done, once it's completely built this whole thing,
Yep.
what do you get? You get a bunch of code and then there's some fix. What do you get?
Great question. So the question was, what do you get at the end of this? So what we're doing here is we're building web apps. So all of these web apps will have all of the files. We can either download them to our local machines. We can push them to GitHub. All of these are actually kind of back-end to GitHub already, so they already live there. But even easier for most of these is you press this deploy button, and it's up and hosted for you, and you can add a custom domain. So we can get Terminator.co live and ready to go by the end of this if we want to. And so it's all there. You can continue to vibe code your app after that. You can also run it and deploy it on other hosting services and stuff like that. But then you're figuring out how you're managing deployments and everything like that. So especially if you're kind of in the first few phases of building one of these things, keeping it hosted at the on the platform you built it in is probably a good move.
So the backend database and then all the custom information that lives on the hosted site, what is that?
It's all, so it creates an instance for you, just like if it was like Amazon Web Services or any other kind of hosting environment. So it's you definitely want to make sure that you are securing everything, locking everything down. A lot of people have vibe coded their way into some pretty hefty bills and other stuff like that because they forgot to turn off various access or forgot to enable certain access and stuff like that. So there's all that, but other than that, you really are working with true normal environments. I mean, this is this is using Postgres as the database. We're using just all the standard libraries, and we'll be able to see it all right here. So here's everything that it's it's created for us. Let's see what we got. So we got our client. Let's see. So here's the true HTML of our homepage. It looks like here we've got our server. Managing all of our actual, how we're running the platform. So it's going to create. Let's see what it created for us. Nothing crazy there. A lot of this is pretty boilerplate. But yeah, at any time you can upload, download, add to this. If you wanted to bring any of these into another tool to play with them, to modify it, you can do that. You can edit it directly here as well, of course.
Kind of a random question.
Yeah.
If you open up like DevTools in the browser and check to see if something was built within these tools?
Sometimes, yeah, but a lot of it is just the most basic HTML, CSS. Like, I mean, you can see kind of patterns that a lot of these use for sure. So there's what's the tool that lets you build with or build by whatever built with. That'll definitely tell you like where it's hosted and like where that's happening. But yeah, as soon as we launch one of these things, let's see. We'll, where'd Eric go? There you are. I'm gonna view your, is it the or my? My pirate luck. So we'll check his source code. This is Replit. So
It says Replit on 56.
there you go. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. We saw. Do you remember when we just saw that? We just saw that file too. So yeah, if we wanted to modify that and get rid of it, we could. But not the JavaScript, obviously. So you're gonna see it. Yep. And everybody, obviously, let's use Vibe Pirate. How long did this take you to build in Replit?
Initially to like working in review was 45 minutes, and then like to round it out 3 hours.
So Eric used the Spotify API. What else? OpenAI APIs and Spotify, and cranked this app out, launched it, and you're just using custom domain on Replit and everything, right? Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna move it to Vercel and Cursor as it gets bigger, but for now it works.
Yeah. Let's see, what is going on here? This one's going. What else, guys? What other questions? What do we got? Let's see how everyone's doing. So, yeah,
What do
keep
you
cranking.
reckon this is cost?
What's that?
What do you reckon this is cost?
To do each one, I mean, each one of these is probably, I don't know, $3? I don't know. Good question. Yeah, I'll check. We'll go through here in a sec, and we can see how many tokens each of these used, and get a good, kind of idea of general cost.
Do you want to show some Vibe marketing, how we can start promoting our new service?
I need to put a whole thing together on that. Yeah, so there's a couple, let's see, there's a couple really interesting workflow tools. One's called Gumloop, which is a lot easier to kind of jump into, and one of them is called N8N. And these create all sorts of workflows to automate a ton of stuff. So on the Vibe marketing side of things, the idea is to set up workflows where you are, anytime somebody likes one of your Instagram photos, you're responding to them via direct message to ask them for their email address to then send them, the start of a drip campaign or something like that to, kind of start onboarding, or hey, reply to this tweet with Vibe to sign up for my exclusive newsletter. All these kind of like onboarding, like pipeline type things that have existed for a while, but are much easier, and things like Gumloop have a whole bunch of oops. That was when I was looking for the Gumloop logo. Just.com? Yeah. So these guys have a ton of ready to go tools that will just automate a lot of that stuff. So AI web scraping. So I can't remember. Somebody was asking about like grabbing like LinkedIn profiles or something like that. Gumloop is the way to go for that. So if you're looking for looking for people who fit a certain criteria, Gumloop is a very simple way to kind of offload a lot of that. Let's see what some of their social media use cases are.
Was Gumloop the tool you would use to like respond to a like on LinkedIn with a DM or?
Yeah, so I think Gumloop is very, it's very powerful, but also very simple. N8N is very powerful, but a little bit, can't remember, IO. It is really crazy useful for deep integrations. And a lot of these are, you can get away with doing stuff like this in Zapier to some degree, but the true automation and like kind of agentic abilities of these is where they really stand out. So I would say Gumloop is going to be really handy for kind of a lot of that early kind of cranking out a lot of stuff that's already you're not reinventing the wheel, you're just plugging in your own data. N8N is where you're going next level with inventing new processes and things like that.
Cassidy sits in between.
What's that?
Cassidy sits in between.
I can't.
Cassidy.
Cassidy sits in between.
Cassidy? Yeah.
It's got all the power of N8N. You just can't run it locally like you can N8N.
Okay.
But it's got a lot of the agentic workflows already built in.
How do you spell it?
CASSIDY.
IDY? ITY.
ID. Yeah.
Cassidy. Awesome.
Did you end up playing with Make.com's agentic capabilities?
I love Make.com, but I have not played with any of the agentic stuff yet. I've been at Make.com like before they changed the name user, but I haven't played with any of their agentic stuff yet. Based on this Cassidy logo, do they have like an Airtable affiliation?
Not affiliation, it's one of the integrations that they have, but you can hook anything to it with
Okay.
Make or Zapier. But for marketing, they have really good brand voice analysis tools in it. And
Cool.
you can scrape like YouTube like transcripts and turn those into automations, templates, flows.
Love it. Yeah, the Gumloop's like YouTube transcript stuff is like very cool. It's good use. Thank you. Yeah.
So as you're building this app, the Terminator app,
Yeah.
is it possible with these tools to build, to add monitors to monitor what the consumer is doing through their booking process? For example, if somebody is almost signed in, they pick the date, they pick the blah blah, and then they exit it. Is there a way to connect to that and capture that consumer right there and then?
Great question. Great question. So the question is, how do you capture or recapture lost lost users? So there's a handful of tools that do that already. I don't know. I don't work in that world a lot, but there's ones that you can. So my guess is that you can probably integrate any of those right in. But you could probably ask these to handle some of that too. So if they've already put their email address in on the front end, like but haven't actually pressed submit, you can say, hey, Manus or Replit, please log, please log all keystrokes through this whole time. Save that even before you press submit.
Well, Google Analytics would do it if you tagged it. So does it have integration that it can bring in Google Analytics? Or
Yeah. All of those have built-in Google. They've got you just throw your code right into the settings on any of these.
GA is after the fact. So after the fact that the person has exited, they're looking through analytics and realize that they exited here. But it's not what I'm looking for is real time. Like there and then, you exited.
Okay, should I do this? Let's see. Should we pause for later? Let's see. We want to make sure we do this, but let's see how some of these other ones are doing before I start adding all my striped keys to this.
What percentage of your day do you spend just playing with new tools that you find?
Oh, all day.
All day.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'm working on. I was talking about this earlier. I'm working on this like kind of crazy like filmmaking movie idea. Kind of like the future of Hollywood, the future of entertainment type thing. So playing with a whole bunch of like these types of tools, but then also playing with all the new like generative video stuff and so just lots of time. I briefly had like a unlimited budget to play with all of these. Yeah, went deep on really everything, kept a few of them, but yeah, just kind of threw some dollars at everything just to play with it.
And what channels do you follow to find the most up-to-date tools?
Annoyingly, Twitter. Yeah, not that's not what I wish that wasn't the case, but that's where a lot of everything is being talked about and announced very quickly. Okay. We're gonna let this all run, but we also don't need to all, keep staring at my computer. We're gonna let it all go. But what else would be helpful? What else is handy? What other big questions? Was this helpful? Was this cool? Like cool to see some of this stuff?
Amazing, Danny.
Cool. I'm gonna still let this run. What else did I have here? Oh, so so here's the ideas. You guys, did everyone take pictures of them? Oh wait, here, let me go full screen. Here's the ideas. Let's take pictures. And then, as your weekend project, yes, Eric?
I was gonna say, we showed like the most optimum vibe coding setup where nothing bad has happened. Can you talk about how you might debug a situation in a vibe coding setup? Or maybe that's for another.
That's a great question. So what we did today, somehow there were no errors really. We had a stupid dog picture, or a stupid picture of an SVG instead of a real dog, but that's not a terrible thing. These things go haywire, and you really, you're a lot of times you're getting 80 or 90% of the way there and then just banging your head against the wall because it doesn't actually get you all the way there. So a few different ways to do that is start over, unplug and plug in. So you can do that literally by starting a new prompt, creating a new agent, and even sometimes either now you've gone through the process, so now you have a better vision of yourself to reprompt if you want to really start from scratch, or you could take if you're just pointing a new instance of the agent, trying to get it to forget its previous prompts and go. What are some of your favorite ways to get out of it, Eric?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I hit a wall today.
Yeah.
And it redid everything, and it was the EMB file was wrong.
Yeah.
And I think the best way is to roll back is the best way and try it again.
Yeah, there's and that's why all of this is very vibey right now, and not the most hey, this is taking over everyone's jobs. That'll be in a couple months. Okay, so here's the ideas. Here's your homework. See if you can make any of those other ideas, or even this one. Just crank through these. Again, lovable, or I think I'll get some really good looking stuff. There's also two other ones that are fantastic: Bolt.new and V0.dev. Here, I'll just go to them too, so you can see those. Let's see. And then here, I'll do this one too. So you can find me everywhere, Danny Newman. We do every other week vibe coding meetup called Let's Vibe. It is way more casual than this. Everyone's kind of just hopping on, showing what they've been working on, asking questions. It is fantastic. Additionally, we are putting together a physical AI hackerspace a few blocks away from here. Check out id345.com to sign up for that. It's going to be kind of like a co-working / coffee / makerspace for just a whole bunch of people, all solopreneurs, indie hackers, AI builders, folks kind of just working on a lot of this kind of stuff. So that'll all be fun stuff. I'll send out links to Terminator and everything here too. But yeah, I mean, this is also, you can kind of see, like we said, this is a big experiment, see how fast we can crank some of the stuff out, see what the real is here. This is obviously a fantastic highlight of the evening right here. This is just the best. Cool. I'll put this in later after I disconnect the screen. Let's see if it was able to. Oh God! Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Lovable. What else did I say I was going to show? Bolt.new.
Zero.
New. So, a lot of these things are all, oh, I forgot about this. There's a Bolt.new, Bolt is doing this $1 million hackathon thing. So it's all, it's like a worldwide hackathon. It's the end of the month. I can't remember the exact date, but we are going to be doing this over at the warehouse space, and so a bunch of people can all come together. We'll order some food, do all that kind of stuff. What day is this? May 30th. So yeah, put that on your calendars. And then V.0 or V0.dev is by Vercel, and it's makes very, very pretty, very fantastic front ends. So if you're just looking for something that you want to use to, quick splash page, throw an idea out there, do like proof of concept, something like that. V0 has historically been really fantastic at that, and they've got some pretty cool, kind of full front end. They've got what's the 3D? Got the very, who knows the 3D 3JS?
Yeah,
3JS, and some other cool like functionality, so you can make like games. There's this Tetris example. This is where you're making like in-browser, very simple in-browser games and stuff like that. Use this. If you want to go real crazy and get into real weird side of the internet, you can check out dev.fun. This is, I can't even believe I'm pulling this up, but this is some like super weird crypto stuff, but it's wild. So you're making like super weird like web apps and games and stuff like that, but you're pairing them with a meme coin. Who knows what this is, but it's fascinating.
Can you check one of those? What's the top app?
Let's see. Let's play it. Let's break my computer. Okay, yeah, here it is. Let's see what they do. Oh, it's just a. Oh, yeah, okay. So dev.fun is just super weird, and it makes stuff that looks like this. So if you're looking for this aesthetic. Yep.
Can you show Sora, the video thing?
Yeah. Let's grab our logo.
Do you recommend any good like prompt engineering tools as well for people who are just getting into this?
So prompt engineering tools, I feel like conversational ChatGPT is the best for that currently still. I know there's a guy who claims he's got like a great like library of prompts. I'm blanking on his name right now, but he kind of like sells this like library of prompts. If you're doing this, use this. If you're doing that kind of stuff.
I've heard Prometheus is good.
I don't know that one.
Prometheus.
Terminator.
Let's see. I probably made some super weird stuff in here, so let's see. These are not mine. These are just the public's. But I was also not going to click on mine. I can't remember what I made in here. Let's see. So what do we want to do? Some videos? I mean, absolutely amazing that you can do this with, you know. Aww. Yeah. So Sora is fantastic, and I don't even think it's top 3 anymore as far as video generators. I think like.
What's your top 3?
I think Higgsfield is number 1 right now, which is absolutely wild for doing like any kind of actual cinematic like shots. Kling is still crushing, and what's my maybe like between Sora and VO. VO is Google's. But yeah, Higgsfield is just the. So these ones are just nuts. So they've got all these motion controls. Oh yeah, they just added face punch. This is like the one that they're promoting a bunch, which is very silly, but also pretty amazing. So all completely generative video. Let's see, crane, over the head, crash down. I mean, if you would have seen these like 2 months ago, you'd be like, oh yeah, no, that's real video. And wild stuff. Yeah. What else, y'all? Good. There you go. Awesome. Thanks.
Good, well done.
Thanks you all. I'll post the final links to all this and share them. Let's see. I think that this one's going to turn out really good as soon as I add this. So I'll do that right now. Try to unplug, and I'll stick around for a little while if anybody wants to chat. Thanks y'all for coming. Woo! Oh, I promised that we would do all this before dessert.
Is it an AI dessert?
No, but here, we've got boxes of Thin Mints for each table. Please pass these around. Completely forgot about that.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Gentleman and a scholar.
Here we go.
You get one. You get one.
You get a box.
You get a box. I feel like that's everybody. Anybody missing a box? There we go. Grab a box.
There's a lot of Thin Mints.
Joe.
Yeah!
Was that great? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sign up at letslive.org.
Yeah, I feel really lucky. Got good devs now. Got a good pipeline. Now it's on to like product development. I'm really interested in the intersection of technology and AI. So I've been using it to like identify shadows, personal development. Really interested in like neurohacking and biohacking and AI.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a big intersection between biotech and AI right now.
So actually, our friend and talked about this. I don't know.
See ya.
Is a lot of he does like put it all of your what's your priority? What's your like all your tell us about your personality, and then like ask them to like tell you. I have to tell you something scary. What is it?
I built an app for you. research around AI. And so we're not exactly sure what product we're going to launch yet, but now we if we have experience building products, we're going to give it a try. Yeah. We have a super cool. Super cool. I'd love to get plugged into some older startups.
Have you put this